Hello, everybody. Welcome to stream today. Sorry for the late start. Had a couple of things go on that I needed to deal with before I got started, but we are now live, and apparently I don't have my avatar up. There we go. Ah, good old stream scuffage. But yeah, hope everybody's doing great today. Hope your days are going pretty chill and everything's going good. But we are back with Claire for Dawn Trails MSQ. Yes, yeah, that's what we do today. That's what we do. As usual, before we get started, there are spoilers here. So if you haven't played Dawn Trail yet, or plan on playing Dawn Trail, this is kind of the warning to actually get out of here. Just giving you the heads up. Beyond this, yeah, we're about ready to get started back into it. But if you don't mind being spoiled, then it's all up to you. But anyway, we're getting started with we're gonna get back into it. Last we left off, we were in Orcopacha, and we were starting off with the Pelupelo. We were helping the Pelupelo out, so we're gonna head back there. And that looks so much better than what it did before the graphics update. Damn, that looks good. That actually looks really good. But anyway, onward. Where's teleport? Onward, back to Urkopacha. 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 Alright, Walk Lamont. What's we got going on? Not my finest moment, I'll admit. But now that we're here, let's do what we can. Let's do what we came to do. Find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Kryl, Alizé, and I will speak with the merchants. Lokomot, you and Arenville might try... Oh wait. Lokomot, you and Arenville might try approaching travelers and passersby. Claire, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught of use, let us relay it to the third promise. Alright. Alrighty. Let's go. Bet somebody's got Rathalos. What's up, distillery worker? The Dawn Servant's Elector? Huh. Ah, I thought you were a new face in town. Here for the right of succession, I take it. Me? I don't much care for who sits on the throne as long as they keep Terrell peaceful. People tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is a joy doubled, I say. Sorry, I gotta pass right now. Alright, yes, you are asking about that Elector business. Being but freshly returned from my training route, I have heard that there is a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger Tobley could probably tell you more about it. Okay. Electors? Oh yes, I've heard all about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zoral Ja. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers. In the thousands column, potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? No, I would not. Very well. Very well. You said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you're no supporter of Zoral Jaw or his policies. Policies. There we go. Eh. Well, now we got Moblu. Hello there. I'm Moblu. Did you have a question for me? Sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpacas before you leave, though. Oh, but be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you. And that stuff stinks. It happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. Tobly, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving a proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tobly noticing. He knows everything that happens on this ranch. Okay. So we definitely have to find Tobly. Find Tobly, they say. While we're at it, we're coming down to this gemstone merchant. We'll be grabbing the, Yeah, no, it goes. I got plenty of bicolored gemstones, but I still need to do fates. Which might be a little tricky. We also need to find the Aether Currents. So, we have two objectives. Get clear 5 fates, and get... Well, realistically, I need to grab the Aether Currents at minimum. I can bypass kind of the riding map thing for right now. We got alternate modes of transportation that are speed boosty. So, we don't really need it. Ugh, the leading on this thing is so weird now. Like, it actually works like a motorcycle now. It's so weird. It's cool, but it's weird. So anyway, where are we going? Let's go ahead and get the Aether Current maps up. So that way we can it's Endwalker, Dawn Trail. Okay. Okay, so we got the Dawn Trail map up. Save us a little bit of time actually going around and collecting all these. I have to scroll back down to it, because when I minimized it, it kicked it back up. So, yay. Alrighty. But yeah, we don't need to necessarily worry about the speed boost thing, so I can kind of bypass that. But I do need to get the Aether Currents. Dang it, I'm stuck on a cactus. I cannot drive today. Oh, I cannot drive today. Today. How the hell did I get up there again? Oh yeah, I think it was a full-blown around thing. Okay. Ba ba da ba da ba ba ba. Like, the one thing that throws me off about the female Rothgar is how big some of the shoulder pauldrons get now on them. Because it's just like, oh, okay. It's... Compared to everyone else, it just kind of feels ludicrous. It almost feels like it's a World of Warcraft. Oh, nope. Nope. Remember, I'm 90. I don't know, it's right here someplace. Also went the wrong way. Which is always a possibility. How the fuck did I get up there? There's a way I got up there. Now I can't remember. That might have been how I did it. Dumb hippity hop. I could just be being really stupid about this. Which I feel like I'm doing. Oh, okay. That's how I did it. I had to literally Billy goated up the mountain. Okay. Duh. Wait, did I already get this one? Is that what this is? And I just kind of worked my way up here for another thing. There it is. I was being dumb. Okay. Next one is to the south. But yeah. We're definitely picking these things up. Walkabout, you'll get your information soon. We're just gonna be cruising around the map a bit. Like, I love this environment they've designed because it's actually a lot better. Like, it has that aspect of verticality that, like, a lot of the other maps just didn't really have very well. Like, don't get me wrong, I've seen a lot of maps with a good verticality, but this one actually has very good verticality. Has a good balance of the verticality plus the Siblu's coffee grounds. Yeah. Let's see, where you at? Southwest, so back this way a little bit. Wait, okay. I might need to go up one more. I'm dumb. Not really dumb, just unattentive. Might be up this one more. There it is. You know how it goes. New zone and more Aether Currents to gather. I'm actually glad whoever made these gathering maps, or the Aether Current maps, that I am very grateful for. Mitplu's Gate Garden. So it's up there, I think. Bum. Yep, there it is. Right next to an alpaca. Okay, and we got 2 more. Gotta go backwards there. Might as well discover this while I'm over here. Now we're actually gonna fully do the quest chains. If it's a quest chain, we're gonna fully do it to the end of it. For a multitude of reasons. Because the new beast tribes are going to require us doing them anyway. I think I'll have to go. I know what's above here. It set it just perfectly right out of the way. Okay. But, I already know we won't be able to get all of the 8th occurrence right out the gate. Mainly because it's this zone is split up into 2 areas. Okay, one more. Go ahead and go grab the last one. Yeah, not the bandit curl. There's a level 100 hunt. B rank. Mega Magui. Mega Magui. Mega Magui. Oh, there it is, right on top of the rock. No, I never went in here. Doesn't really look like it can, realistically. Yeah, I can jump in there with you. Oh, please, ma'am. If I were you, I'd get off behind the counter unless you are planning to work. But yeah, should be all the 8th occurrence we can gather right now. So let's finish. There we go. Let's go ahead and then go back and talk to. Go back and talk to Wakbamot. No. Leave me alone. Wakbamot. You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal, and a stack of blankets, And then there was this enchanted ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobley is the man to talk about the contest. Now, if only they share where this head ledgers of theirs to be found. Really? He's also the head rancher? Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say we pay it a visit before the others return. Okay. Okay. I like this village. No lie, I like the Pelo village. The only argument, it's kind of more or less the, I guess my only argument with, like, this area is that there's a house that is a Lalafell only house. Now, we had something like that back in Shadowbringers with the dwarven housing. The dwarven housing made sense, in my opinion. The one here does not. Like, yeah, granted, I know they're like, you know, they're small, but they're not Lalafell small. You know what I mean? And the way the building even is, like, I became a Lalafell on my main for a minute and just went and checked it out. But, like, even I'm like, I think it's got enough space in there for actual people. You just gotta kind of lean in through the door. That is a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. I can't let fear deter me. Not to say that I'm scared, of course. Excuse me. Is one of these workers Tobley? Tobley? Oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is that Tobley often mentions his favorite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade. Though who among us could? No. Though who among us could, am I right? Still, if you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. So it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is offer Tobley a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Tobley. Let's ask some questions first to narrow down the field. Great! We can meet back here and share our impressions. Okay, Walkabout. I know people like really didn't, you know, some people didn't vibe with Walkabout. Some people liked Walkabout. I think she's fine. I like Walkabout. I think she's fine. Yeah, like throughout the MSQ, I kind of enjoyed her character. Not gonna lie, she had good character growth. So did everybody else. Like, I know there were some. I'll be fair. There were some things that when we reached the point after I watched them again, I'm gonna make a comment on them because now that I have actual like context with some of the stuff, I'll be like, okay, did that make sense to do it there? Or, you know, kind of what really happened. Because there are some parts of the story bits that I feel like didn't hit. They didn't hit right. That's where I'm kind of like at as of right now, based on my first playthrough of this. but we'll see when we get to those points. Alright, Mobley, what's up? Well, obviously, I'm not Tobly. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to find out yourself who Tobly is, or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck! Well. Ah, a visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. Okay, nonchalant ranch hand, what you got? Am I Tobly? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third promise in our entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the rites of succession, then? Huh. Ha 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 ha. Boastful. The boastful ranch hand. You think I might be Tobly? Well, maybe I am. All I will say is that, in this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. I know which one it is. I see we're both done with our interrogations. So, who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your pick. It's the diligent ranch hand. Ah, so the workers so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip off the mask of our mystery ranch hand, so to speak. We know it's you, Tobly, and to prove it, I propose a deal. A generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. An offer I gladly accept. As you have correctly guessed, I am indeed Tobly, head ledger of Wantropelu, and head rancher of the family ranch. I am also one of Gulu Jaja's chosen electors. Aha! In a place featured in the Tulial saga, just as we thought. I was right to trust in your instincts, and I wager this won't be the last time. Ah. She found you out fair and square, Tobly. And I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity had her bid ended here. Ah.
Deducing the Dunservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all. Zorolcha.
I am told the head ledger, Tobly, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobly. That's part of the test.
Yep.
You're Tobly.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawn Servant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one.
Yep, hit us. What you got?
You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example! This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said. Ah! The little monster spat on me! Ah, oh, that stinks. I can't.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching. The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
Yep.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the ride, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Yep.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas. that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
I made her actually taller than Walklamat. That's kind of impressive, not gonna lie.
Are you alright, Walklamat? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
It's our turn to do the explaining. I had to go and wash out that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind yeah. Ugh. Blah, 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 blah. But would you mind dang, I cannot talk. But would you mind taking a sniff for me just to be sure? Just to make sure? The stench has ruined my sense of smell. Hey, I saw that look. As Woklamat helped demonstrate, the Valley Alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? Shrug. With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. Have you perhaps forgotten we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you'll have to find a saddler and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you an equivalent of 10 pel in the thousands column. You mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to gil, that comes around 1 million or so. Mayhap if we all pitch in? No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I'll find the money. Somehow. In that case... that basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for ever more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain for until you have something suitable to bargain with for the saddle. That's a nice gesture, but you think I could turn 100 pel into 1 million? That's 10,000 times more. We need 10,000 pel, not 1 million. So we're looking at 100 times more. Oh, right. I panicked and got it confused with Alphino's million gil. Got 1 million gil. I'm not so sure about this trading idea. You're almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I hate it when you're right. Then let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again. Mablu. I work here as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guided the claimants towards the first step of the feat, like you asked. As long as Waklomat goes alone to capture her alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Hooray! Let's see about getting you in the saddle then, Third Promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with the beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. The rest of us should stay behind, perhaps. It may be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands to tend the alpacas. Gladly. Although, Claire, I think you should go with Woklomat. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over, and surely have sage advice to share. Sure, why not? In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca's wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. As if I'd do such a thing. But I'll leave the wool with Claire anyway. The better to keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to Havil, the saddler. He won't agree to deal, of course, but it'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Let's go. Let's go. What am I working with here? Crendium. Wait, I don't have a crendium headpiece. I must have got rid of it. Oh wait, this is Claire. No. I ain't got that yet. Talk to the alpaca keep. You're pretty much a chocobo porter, so. Oh, bomb. Recommend, how's that? Alright, before we start this conversation, we're gonna take a quick little ad break. We'll be right back here in a few minutes. And we are back. 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 Alright, so let's, talk to Havley here. Havley, what you got? We've come to break your shins. Nah. Something I can do for you. We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle, is it? And how will you be paying for it? With this basket of fine alpaca wool. Give me an idea. What does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a cup at a day's end. Hold up. I like to nurse a cup at a day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of the quality stuff, and you've got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, Third Promise. Such mezcal can only be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. Hold on. Did you say Third Promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddle is going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Zorulja will go to war, and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. See, now my brain's got, like, warriors riding in on alpacas. Think about that. Just put that image into your head of, like, alpaca riding, like, armies. It would be so fluffily devastating. It's nothing personal, Third Promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring in more customers. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for your victory, Waklamat. The younger ones, though, to them strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still, others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future the Second Promise envisions. They become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles that have made trade swift and easy. Then you have those like Havli, convinced that the First Promise plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. What about you, Mablu? Aren't you of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yakhoi ruled our village. That's why I offer to help. I want you to become Dawn Servant to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I better make sure I win the contest. But the type of mezcal the saddlemaker wants is so very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed. We just need to get on with it. I may not have the head for trade or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with a piece of Toliol on the line. Then neither will I. We will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration. So let's try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Flashback. Like the guy we ran into at the start. Of course, the Weaver! Bullnock was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to the road where we first met him. Alrighty, let's go. It is kind of difficult to keep up the, I'm trying to keep the voice and the accent to the best of my ability. And it's, I don't know how well I'm doing, to be honest with everybody. So, yeah. Rate my performance. LOL. Alright, Wucklamat. Damn. What do you got? This is the spot. After Bullnock talked to us, he walked off to the south. Then he was probably going to Cavolo's Inn. Most visitors to Wancho Pelu end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? Okay, Malbu, let's go. I want to do something real quick with this dang gauge. I just need this down here. I just need it out of my face. Like... There we go. There we go. At least it keeps it on my face. Let's get on the motorcycle. And it's so weird that it tilts now. Something I just gotta get used to. It's weird. Alright, welcome out. What you got? Can I have that basket, Claire? Yep, here you go. I have some alpaca wool. Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Bullnock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade?
The promise. You wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is all about?
The explaining cutaway.
I see. So the goal is to turn that basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal? Then allow me to invest in your efforts. Peace and tolerance is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledged to preserve that peace win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory.
Oh, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. That's very generous, Bullnock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down.
I have every faith in you, Third Promise. May fortune bless your future dealings.
I can't believe you quadrupled your investment with our first deal. Gosh, I really fucked that one up. Oh, I can't believe you couldn't. Yeah, I can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Claire remembered our weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connection you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading, one you have instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Now let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Claire. You take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Aaronville will never let me hear the end of it. Bom, bom, bom. All set? Our next deal is waiting to be found.
Let's go. Excellent trade. You've traded one alpaca wool for worth 100 pel to a wool poncho for 500 pel.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's go. Let's keep on going and find more goods worth stuff. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. Excuse me. That makes sense. But how do we know if someone needs a poncho? They aren't wearing one? That's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We'll find the demand for our supply. So, where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are any number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be interested travelers.
We're doing a bartering system.
Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Momojaw hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably Landsguard or sellswords. Momojaw who soldier for a living prefer not to wear much above the waists. It hampers their movements. So, even if they have bared shoulders, Momojaw carrying arms can be struck off the list. Yep. Like, he's carrying a sword and shield, so he's off the list. They already have a poncho. He's sweaty, so he's too hot as it is. So, disconcerted Hubigo it is. Let's see. No coat or cloak, but also no weapon? Oh, we might have a winner. Ho there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof.
Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a toolmaker from Tulial and was dressed quite smartly. All the better to show the Pelu I am a man who takes pride in his appearance and therefore his work as well. But now look at me.
Well, sir, this is your lucky day.
What a splendid poncho! This would be the perfect replacement for the coat I lost.
We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade. For one of your fine tools, perhaps?
What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality.
The blade looks sharp and the haft well made. I'd value it at 1 pel in the thousands column. Oh, from 500 to 1,000? We have a deal.
Wonderful.
Oh, sorry, hold up. We'll try that again.
Wonderful. A fine garment such as this would put me on even footing with any Pelu merchant. Like the eponymous owner of Miplu's Gate Garden, for one. Her field hands used hatchets to harvest the mate, and I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. No matter. I have other wares to sell. Glad I am to have met you.
Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Miplu's Gate Garden we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. These ones will be the calm type, right?
Excellent trade. You traded a wool poncho for 500 pel for a fine hatchet worth 1,000 pel.
It's fun to do that, not gonna lie. I have to get it out pretty quick, though, before it vanishes off screen. Alrighty. So now we're going to be riding some alpacas to Miplu's Gate Garden. Let's go! Woohoo! Well done, recognizing that toolmaker as a potential customer. If you don't mind to change professions, you'd make an excellent merchant. Yeah, sorry, but, world-renowned traveler here. Saver of worlds. You know. Can't do that. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. With that, I suppose we should hop onto the alpaca's moblu as so kindly provided. Ready to go? Let's mount up. Let's go. Alright. And it's off to the mate fields we go. The mate fields. Please don't spit. Please don't spit. You'll be fine. These ones are accustomed to people. I still don't trust them. You have a knack for riding, no matter what you say. Without our alpaca friends, we Pelu would have never become traveling merchants. Could you imagine walking all the way across Taral? I swear, that mountain is too tall to be real. Wokor Zolmor, wasn't that the name? A forbidding sight, isn't it? One I never appreciated up close. You have to take the long way around to get the cliffs, around the cliffs to get there, to the highlands belonging to the Yokhoi. So, Mablu, you said you were learning about the peddler profession. You don't care for ranch work?
No, I love it. I love working with alpacas. But becoming a peddler has always been a dream of mine. It's just, I'm not sure I have the talent for it. If I can help you buy the taming saddle, though, then it'd be proof that I can do this after all. In that case, you'd best be ready to be a merchant. Look, we're almost there. Ow. And now we're at Miplu's Gate Garden. We made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Akulvo's Inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of the road you travel, you were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. Then perhaps you understand. I was an orphan too, you see. Tobley took me in. He took in all their hand hands, actually. Let me redo that one. Yeah. I tripped over spit. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay that... Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one... Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're to prepare the people... Tripping over words. Yes, I am, huh? Bleh. My mouth is getting dry. That doesn't help. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're to dang it. We need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. Add to that Woklamat's way with people, and we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Miplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the Third Promise, and let's get to bargaining. Ha! That has taken a little bit of effort to kind of try to read the stuff and keep the accent going. I think I'm doing pretty good, though. For real. But my mouth is getting dry. And that is not good. That's what's partially causing me to stumble. You'll have that little axe for me? There you go, Walkabout. Have an axe. Thanks. Now to see what we can get for it. Now, let's see. Miplu's a woman, so... You're Miplu, the owner of these fields? I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, the Third Promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have on offer? This hatchet. Forged by a seasoned artisan. Forged by a seasoned artisan. Forged by a seasoned artisan. The razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. This quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sock of mate leaves in exchange. A sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 pel in the thousands column, the same price as the hatchet. This deal would bring us no closer to the mescal. If I may, Mistress Miplu, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. Oh. We've missed the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal will put you in the third province's good gracious. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the second promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe, including farming, and I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Wok-Lamat. That is why I'm prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this then? If we're to help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Kono's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the fields. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Added values to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you like, Mablu. Claire and I have mate together. Oh no, I'm helping too. Dang it, I lost the accent. Yeah. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Alrighty. Let's go out to the fields and gather some stuff. What you got to say, Walkabout? I wasn't sure Miplu would bite, but it goes to show you that you never know until you try. And then where is... Oh, that's Gorpley. Mablu should be floating around here somewhere, gathering. Branch of verdant mate leaves. It's mate, not mate. At least that's what I think it is. That's what I'm going with. Before I grab that last one, I need to find Mablu and talk to her too. Wow, there she is down there by the tree. By the entrance. She's actually blending in with the tree, ironically. Did you see how Wok-Lamat came to my rescue there? She really is good with people. Yep. Yep, she is. Alright, that's all the mate leaves. Okay, yeah. Okay, Miplu, we got your leaves. You've brought me some leaves then? An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fared before I make any decisions, though. Okay, let's go. Here, we brought our share as well. Here, we brought our share as well. There we go. Yeah. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it is time to honor mine. After adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet, I am prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade mate leaves. Premium mate! Bought at the shop, one sack of those leaves would cost no more than 5 pel in the thousands column. That's making me burp. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. Mablu, what's wrong? As I was saying before, even after everything Tobley's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tobley to accept... How can I expect Tobley to accept my decision then? Have you mentioned your plans to leave? At all? Not exactly. I wanted to prove that I could succeed as a Oh gosh, I really stumbled over that one. Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could succeed as a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tyrell's peace, and becoming Dawn Servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobley held the same opinion. So talk to him. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. Yup. What's next then? We try to trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pel? No, I think we're close enough now. I say we go straight for the premium mezcal. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I will make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Kona and Zorolja? I mean, of course I am. I am Wakwamat of the Dawn's Promise, after all. I love how it just leaves off on that concerned look. That, like, Anyway. Congratulations! You have traded a fine hatchet worth 1,000 pel for top-grade mate leaves for 5,000 pel. Alrighty. Woklamat, what do we got now? Before we go, let me give you the mate leaves. I don't need to risk proving Ehrenveld's point. I'll hold on to those. Ready then? Our next stop is the Mezcal Distillery. The Mezcal Distillery. There we go. Let's go. Now, all we're gonna do, we're just gonna teleport back there. For our sake of sanity, we're just gonna teleport back there. Bum bum. Ma blue. We'll want to speak with a man by the name of Gobly. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as a master of the craft. He knows the value of its products, so if we convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. That means asking around and taking in the gossip. If you could talk to people here in the distillery, Claire, perhaps Woklamat could do the same at the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head to the north side and see what I can learn. Ah, man, that is... like, I'm holding it, but it's also like... oh god, why? Alright, Bubblejaw, what's up with you? Me? I'm a chef from Toliol. I often come here to buy Gobly's mezcal, the finest in Tyrol according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still end up so addled as I agree to whatever price he quotes me. It would be nice to have less, potent refreshments during such conversations. Else I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. Okay, so... the drink is too strong for them? I don't know. What are you, Rappler? I need to really zoom in. I can't tell. Alright, Rappler, I don't know what gender you are. There's not much I can say about Gobly, but I can tell you what Gobly's been saying. The other day, he was muttering about the monsters prowling around Agave Jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for the mezcal. If their presence has made it harder to procure such ingredients, and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work he does. Can't rightly bring joy to people if you can't keep making the thing they love. Okay. Oh, what about you, Sylvie? Suvli? Like I said, I cannot, I have zero way to tell your gender. Gobly might be a deft hand at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he'll be laughed at a sun perch. Well, we know what we gotta do. Ba 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 da da ba ba da ba. Alright, Mobley, what's up? So, what did you find out? Oh, we can make use of all those tidbits. The deal is as good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Gobly is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You go on ahead and I'll bring Woklamat. Okay. Let's go. We gotta take the path up. Hey, Gobbly. You have business with me, madam? Why don't we talk below as to not to distract the alpaca from its work? Now, what is this about? Keep it brief, if you would. I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal. Assuming you have any on hand, that is. Ah, an excellent choice. I must warn you, though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have Pel, but we can offer a sack of mate leaves in exchange. It is top-grade stuff, like the mezcal. No deal. Mate leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal? Just like that? Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed, so why don't we sit and chat a while over a cup of mezcal? Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you want to play first? Well, let's start off with the Hubigo Chef distaste for the strong drink. I appreciate your hospitality, but I am afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of your regular customers at Hubigo Chef is the same. Seeing as not everyone can enjoy mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like mate tea, for instance, and brewed from the finest leaves, of course. Ah, you're right. Absolutely right. I had noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my Hubigo friend, but I did not realize I myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, even with that added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. But wait, there's more. Should we offer to call the monsters causing it trouble? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeve until we need it. Whisper, whisper. As I expect you're aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced her with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet would be a prestigious affair. If mezcal were to be served there, it would bring the distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could that be your rumored invitation to the palace? Is to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes. I must admit, I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity, if I can secure the deal. Well, I think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there is no such thing as being too prepared, and first impressions last. You'll want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Volok Shuzna. It would be such a shame to miss the chance of a... It would be such a shame to miss this chance of a lifetime simply for the want of proper garments. That it would. Are you saying you have garments to offer? Something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid, but we can provide you with the next best thing. An introduction to a weaver. His name is Bolnook, and his works are highly regarded in Tolial. As a supporter of Woklamat and keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless be happy. Dang, I shut down there for a second. Be happy, be happy, be happy, be happy. As a supporter of Woklamat and a keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit to fit this golden occasion. That is certainly a tempting proposal, and one where I'd like to take full advantage. But the scales still aren't quite balancing. Say, weren't there monsters running amok in the agave jaws? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Truly? I would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring sellswords to clear them out. Factoring in that saved expense and an introduction to a trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment and Claire and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I will use this time to pen an introductory letter to Bolnook. The fields you're looking for are just north of Wanchupelu. Be safe. Yeah, relatively anyway. We're going to fight monsters. See, that house has a light on. Can you go into that house too? See, this is what I don't get. There is enough roof clearance. There's enough roof clearance in there for somebody just to lean in through the door. Like, see, it's like literally just... Oh, I'm actually... Uh-oh. I got stuck in the door frame, which means there is a way to wedge myself in there if I do it just right. Come on. Come on. I know you can do it. It keeps, like, forcing me out. If you're running into it, you can kind of clip into it a little bit. Come on. Come on. I know you can glitch through this if you try it hard enough. Come on, you can do it. Well, fine. We'll just have to look through the doorway. We can see a little thing over there. Loom. Oh, I'm still stuck in the door frame.
Interesting. There we go. Yeah, that's the thing I hate about this. Right, there's 2 buildings you can go into then. There's another one right up the hill. That are Lalafell only. Which is kind of... I mentally just don't fathom these ones. Because they have enough clearance inside the building. For some reason, just kind of like, okay, well, I'm just gonna lean in through the door and... Ta-da! That would be the agave jaws just over there. This will go faster if we split up. Come and find me once you finish clearing out your share of the pests. Alright. But yeah, these are the one buildings I'm like, yeah. Bum 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 bum. All right. I've gotten kind of used to Viper's playstyle a little bit. Probably better than Picto's. Means I'll hit you with a Noxus Gash, then I'll go into this mode. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Oh damn, I get to finish. Cool though, because now we just got the blue flame. The effect just kind of chills on us. Rest in Papado's reawakened. Alright, Walkamot, what you got? Compared to the creatures I hunted with Papa, this was no challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. All that's left is to give Moblu the sack of leaves so she can seal the deal. Okay. Bum 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 ba da boo doo doo. Ba-da-na-na, da-da-da-da-na. What you got, Moblu? Those monsters were no trouble for you, it seems. Now, if I could just have the sack of leaves. What's it say? A large sack of premium mate leaves you received in trade for a fine hatchet and an investment of labor. Worth 5 pel in the 1,000 column. Okay. Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. Not a problem. Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Gobley. Here's the mate leaves and a written introduction to Bull Nook as agreed. Then the deal is done. Here, your jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. Yes, we finally have the mezcal. Great work, especially you, Mablu. You're the one that inspired me to come this far, Third Promise. But let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Mablu, is it? You'll drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand. For now, should I ever become a proper merchant... Oh, wait, hold up. I read that wrong. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand. For now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Excellent trade. You have traded top-grade mate leaves for 5,000 pel for a 3-year premium mezcal worth 10,000 pel. That should be the last one I have to do. Actually, no, there's one more. Even at the palace, I don't think I've held a 10,000 pel jug of anything before. My hands won't stop shaking. Here, you better hold on to it until we get to the saddle maker. Yeah, just let me hold on to everything. Could you imagine if we dropped it and had to start all over again? Luckily, Havli's place is not far. We just need to head across the plaza. Don't you dare, Mablu. Don't you dare. What you got to say, Gobbly? I am satisfied with our trade, and I trust you are too. Should you have need of more mezcal, you know who to come to. Yep. The Third Promise looks ready to trade the mezcal now. Okay, let's go. This is it. The trade we've been working towards. Okay, it is pretty much just literally the item description is what we already did. It is little... Whew. Still in one piece. Right. Time to make our deal. Get your tools ready, Saddler. We've brought your precious mezcal. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing, a few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an aspiring trader with a gift for negotiation. Although I'd sooner aid no claimant but Zrolja, I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. The trade is a fair one. I will craft your saddle, Third Promise. Great! Stay and wait if you like. I have all the requisite materials, so this won't take long. Ba 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 ba. Your commission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time with it. Oh, I'm sorry. Your commission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time of it with one of my saddles.
Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. Ah, I can taste the smooth mezcal already. We did it! The saddle is ours! And to think, we only started out with a 100-pound basket of alpaca wool. Mablu, you are going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you. It hears me so glad that... Oh gosh, I screwed that up. It makes me so glad to hear you say that third promise. We've got what we came for. Now let's return to... We've got what we came for, so let's return to the ranch. The others will be waiting. Feat accomplished. You've traded a 3-year premium mezcal for a taming saddle. Mission accomplished. Alright, now we can finish this off. We're about done in the Pelopella village. The key word is about. Ugh. Oh, goody, it's not voiced. Okay. You've acquired the saddle, then? Yes, and in no small part thanks to Mablu. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca, though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wild one friends so you can practice. The look. I know, I know. This is something I need to learn. I noticed the volume was kind of down, so I jacked it back up. Great sunken gods, I did it! Man, that was terrible. Great sunken gods, I did it! He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit. As if he was completely accepting of Woklamat's touch. That is because of the singular scent which the saddle... That is because of the singular scent Gosh dang it. That is because of the singular scent with which the saddle has been coated. Alpacas find it very soothing. You know, I've never taken a good long look at one of you before, but... You're actually kind of cute. You're only now noticing that? Zoral Jaw, he's back. I don't really know what to give Kral's voice here. He brought a gold one. Having done exactly what he set out to do. That alpaca he's brought. Is it just me, or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such a beast. They say the golden alpaca lives a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. How did he manage to snare a prize like that? A beast knows its betters. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first province exceeds yours, what, Lamont? Lamont? Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, and then Taral can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. To unite as one, the people must be taught. They must suffer the horror and the hopelessness firsthand. Exhausted from prolonged conflict, the wages of war's merciless nature. Those are what moved the clans to join the founding of Tolial all those years ago. Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth they have basked in unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as tragedy, but opportunity. Thus does the resilient son seek to provide education. He offers much-needed lessons in the realities of conquest and a renewed appreciation for peacetime. "'Tis true that war's misery breeds a longing for peace. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of an empire forged through the violence you propose, the rebellions it spawned and the ruins it left behind. The Gaulian Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well they should. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Gulul Jaja did not elevate the Momolja, why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. He would unite not only Tolial, but the star in its entirety. What? Why? I need not explain myself to you. Oh, well done indeed. The first promise has completed the feat of gold with an appropriately golden flourish. May I present to you your much-deserved keystone? He's always been like that. Never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or even with Kona. It's like we're not even family. Oh, no. I couldn't help it, I had to do it. Alright. I'm gonna take a quick break. I need to go get more tea. I need a beverage. I'll be back here in a couple minutes.
Alright, we're back. Alright. So. Now we got the golden alpaca just chilling there like, what's up? What's a golden alpaca mount? Probably one of the throw money at mounts. 1 second. I'll ponder Zoil Ja and his mysteries later. Right now I need to think about finishing the Feet of Gold. I have my saddle, I practice how to use it, so lead on to where the wild alpacas roam. The Valley of Orunkanka is northwest of here. Come on everyone, even if we can't enter ourselves, we can still see Waklamat off on her hunt. What's to do with a wild-eyed alpaca over here? What's to do with you? Oh, it's where they took the saddle off of it. The alpaca seems glum. Perhaps it's wistful for the soothing scent of the taming saddle. It's like you fucking, like, got me all comfy with it and everything, and then you took it off. Bastards. I can't fly, so that's out of the equation. But let's see, we're gonna I know we're gonna keep going for a little bit longer. We're gonna finish up this area before we end for the day. That is definitely what's gonna happen. So my game plan is to finish this up, get it done for the day. This area. What we'll probably do is leave the chain quests for tomorrow. And then probably move on to Kazuma Oka. Alright, what's up with you all? Alphino? How deep do you think this valley is? I glanced over the edge on the way here, but the mist was too thick to even speculate. I've never set foot beyond this point. The valley is said to be home to fiends far more ferocious than spitting alpacas. Mabalu? Orunkanka is a steep and treacherous place, so only those with the head ledger's blessing are permitted to go there. Okay. Kaiser? Zoil Ja may caught his alpaca first, but that doesn't mean Waklamat is out of the running. She can do this. Yep, that she can. Mablu's right. The least we can do is let Waklamat know we're cheering for her. Okay. Yeah.
Good luck there, Promise!
Thanks. I don't need it. Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Waklamat is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
Yep.
It may be a while yet.
help me pitch the tent.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shaitana from Shaktural? Why did you cross the salt?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking. And I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding the City of Gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
Just so.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Wait. Do you hear that?
Ugh.
I did it.
You're utterly spent. And small wonder.
Well done, Third Promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
Yeah.
I am so relieved the Third Promise came us back to us safely. And the alpaca she tamed is a healthy-looking beast. Surely this will be enough to satisfy the feet of gold. Da, 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 91. Knowing the Pelu. Wakalamat still seems a bit unsteady on her feet. Hardly surprising after she spent the night chasing alpacas. You know what will melt away fatigue like magic, though? Mate tea. I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time, and the tea will be ready when you arrive. Run, Mablu, run. As Mablu so wisely suggested, we shall set for a slower pace for our exhausted third promise. We shall set a slower pace for our exhausted third promise. There we go. We'll set a slower pace for motorcycle. We're going down there, so. That's marble. I've been aggroed by barb moles. Oh, I'll run them easy. Okay, Mablu. Came back ahead of the others, did you? I should hurry along with the tea. Then. Walklamat can't be that far behind. Oh, that tea really is magical. I feel better already. I see you have become more comfortable around our fuzzy friends. Watching this one taught me a lot about alpacas. What grasses and fruits they eat, what sounds they react to, their adorable little quirks. I guess I've grown kind of fond of them. Welcome back, Third Promise. Accomplished the feat of gold, have you? Yes, there's no mistaking a valley alpaca. I commend you on your success. Well done. Yes, we did it! Although, I couldn't find a shiny one like Zoral Ja did. I'd be surprised if you had. Golden alpacas are born once every few decades. They are elusive, solitary creatures that are rarely seen, much less captured, thanks to their innate physical and magical gifts. Only a single other person is known to have caught one before, that being Golul Jaja himself. Papa was chasing alpacas too? So my grandfather's stories say. It was before the founding of Toliol, in a time where the mountain giants, the Yokoi, held our people in thrall. Compelled by their overlords, our forebears would ride their alpaca mounts to the highlands to deliver gifts of food and other tribute. Those were wretched days, to hear grandfather tell it. Then along came young Gulul Jaja, yet unburdened by the mantle of Dawn Servant. Our people were amazed by this imposing two-headed figure, equal to the Yokoi in stature, and puzzled by his entourage of mismatched companions. Some trembled in fear, believing a new conqueror had come. Yet Gulul Jaja showed no such inclinations. He sat and spoke with us, sipping from the cups of mate tea we offered him, and grew somber when he learned of our plight.
None could have anticipated what their visitor decided to do next. Gulul Jaja ascended the cliffs to face the giants and freed the Pelu Pelu from the Yokoi's subjugation. He then turned an appraising eye upon our riders and proposed we take the road to peddle our beverages. The suggestion seemed obvious for one who traveled as he did, intent on fostering enmity between the clans. So it was a few words from Golo Jaja transformed us into a clan of itinerant merchants. I've never heard the bond Papa forged with the Pelu Pelu spoken of in that way before. The saga is not so detailed. Then you may not know that Golo Jaja sought a sure-footed guide for his trek up into the highlands. Thus did he capture a golden alpaca. So both my brother and my father caught the rarest of creatures, while an ordinary one was the best I could manage. The feat required no more than that, Third Promise, and you brought back a perfectly wonderful beast. Mablu's right. You're a perfectly wonderful beast. If anyone's ordinary, it's me. Not only did you accomplish the feat of gold, you also made many trades and brought joy to many people in true Pelu Pelu fashion. I sorely doubt your sibling could have achieved the same result. You should be proud of the accomplishments which earned you your keystone. So this is what they look like. Go on, set it in the tablet. A perfect fit. A perfect fit. That leaves 6 more. That'd do. You're well on your way, Third Promise. We'd have been lost without you, Mablu. Thanks to you, I learned so much about the Pelu people and your customs. It might seem obvious, but I've come to realize the importance of properly knowing something. It was because I didn't understand alpacas that I was uncomfortable around them. I'm thankful to you as well, I'm thankful to... Okay, hold up, wait a minute. Come on. Come on, I can do this. I'm thankful to you as well, Woklamat. You've given me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could... You've given me the courage to say what I wasn't sure I could ever say. There we go. That's still rough, but at least it was better than what it was. Tobli, I want to leave the ranch and become a merchant. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I've loved every moment caring for the alpacas. But this is something I need to do. I need to walk my own path and make my own trades. As your parent, allow me to say one thing. I've always tried to give my wards lives filled with as much happiness as I could provide. Yet never once have I wanted that to be the only happiness you knew. You have my blessing to walk any path you choose, Mablu. It gladdens me to hear you have found a calling you wish to pursue with such passion. You will make an exceptional peddler, I'm sure of it.
Thank you, Tobly. What did I tell you, Mablu? There's one last thing I can help you with, Thud Promise. You need to find the Golden City, right? That's the end goal. Then I suggest you talk to the Yokoi. They once ruled over far more than just Orca-Pacha and the Pelu Pelu. 1,000 years ago, they were the overlords of Yok-Taral and all of its peoples. During that era, the Pelu Pelu were commanded to search for a city of gold. They scoured every corner of the continent, but never found any trace of that fabled place. But if they didn't find anything, what could the Yokoi have to tell us? They may not have found it, but the fact that they thought to look for it at all makes me curious. Perhaps there's value in delving into how the legend originated? We lose nothing from asking the question. Besides, if we're determined to follow the path of the saga, we'll be visiting the giants eventually. Oh, Kryl, I have a question I've been meaning to ask, and since we finished with the feat, where did you acquire that earring? My earring? Do you recognize it? Yes, pieces just like it became fashionable in Yok-Taral around 20 years ago. Since then, it's become common to wear one as a charm for safe travel. 20 years ago, right about the time my grandfather made his journey. Yet the Dawn Servant implied that the earring was connected to the Golden City in some way. Surely there was more to its significance than simple fashion. If you want to know how it first came to be crafted, I could try to find out. Seeing as it's a regular seller for many merchants, I'm curious to learn about it myself. I would appreciate that very much. Thank you. Jumping feet first into the peddler business, eh, Mablu? Right then. Let's head back to Tulial and get ready to search for the next elector. Farewell for now, and thanks for all your help. I will become Dawn Servant, so make sure you set aside your best Moscow for the occasion. She has a fearsome opponent in that brother of hers. He even brought the golden alpaca to heal. But you've heard Zoraljal's supporters talk. They might see opportunity in his expansionist ambitions, but they find the man himself intimidating, terrifying even. Whereas I've grown to love Woklamat. Everyone she meets will come to love her too, and that's why she'll win the throne. You may be right, Mablu. You might be right. It feels good to have the feet of gold safely under our belt, even if my victory pales beside Zoraljal's shiny golden alpaca. I know I shouldn't let it bother me, and gods know you've all been so supportive, but I want to be strong,
or wise like my brothers. To be a promise that people respect. Which is not likely if I stand here carrying on and on about things. Let's move on. Back to Zablev Te with us. The contest has hardly begun. Alright. I'll first talk to Walkamite. We'll clear out this quest. And then what we'll do is, from that point, I think we'll probably go find somebody to raid. About time where I have to go sleep for work, sadly. So we're going to head back to Hiliel. And then we are going to finish out this quest, because it'll actually be one of those things where it starts to go into the Hanu. And then we'll raid out from there. I don't really have a preference. We're just going back to Zablev Te. But like, I've been like, I don't lie, I've been enjoying this whole like, I enjoyed this first part like more than the second part actually. It was pretty great with all the world building stuff and stuff like that, like going through doing the Polo thing. Yeah, that just put us in the same vein as the like, just a lot of world building. And just like that, we found an elector and won our first keystone. I knew I was right to trust your instincts. Come on, let's keep things moving and march towards Kazumaoka. Chances are good we'll find an elector there as well. Before we do anything, however, we should see what your patient Hanu friend has to say. Actually, what we're going to do first is unlock Kazumaoka, and then we'll raid out. I've been quite content waiting here, dining on the third province's coin. But it seems you're ready to ask your questions now. So, what is it you'd like to know? The Naruto Okanu. We go south through the Arch of the Dawn, then follow the road which runs alongside the Kazumaoka River, is that right? It is. Be warned, however, my brethren tell me this recent storm has rendered the path even muddier than usual. The footing is quite poor in some parts. Far worse was the destruction visited upon our homes, though. Houses were torn apart and several people are injured if not killed. Even our beloved festival is in danger of being called off this year. If you do still plan on going, I must urge you to proceed with caution. We'll be sure to watch our footing. Thank you. Now I'm worried for the Hanu. It sounds like they were hit hard by the storm. Anyway, if we're bound for Kazumaoka, we should head over to the Arch. Okay. Now, we're not going to see the first dungeon probably for another couple days, if anything. Because we're going to have to do this, the Kazumaoka area. And once the Kazumaoka area is done, then we go into dungeon territory. Like I said, I'm taking my time today. Taking my time with this. you got to say, Aaronville? The Hanu Hanu are friendly folk who should welcome us with open arms. Assuming they're not too preoccupied with recent troubles, that is. Okay. Cryle. Through this gate, we'll be on our way south to Kazumauka. Okay. I swear the gate gets bigger every time I see it. Considering the size of Ghoul Jaja, though, I suppose it's better than having it be too small. I should have liked to observe the festival, but the Hanu are probably not in the mood to celebrate. Fair. Are we all ready to leave? Yep. Then onward to Kazuma Uka. Open the way. Alright.
Kosamauka, the land of rainbow terraces. It commands the gaze of all who visit without fail. The many-colored marvel.
This is actually a pretty beautiful area.
An endless torrent of water cascades over sheer cliffs to shape the wetlands below. To its relentless flow, all life must yield. Together with Wuklamant, we proceeded along the Marcy Trail, a road upon which the Dawn Servant and his comrades once traveled.
Look at those falls. Even from this distance, you can feel the weight of that water.
The Isle of Ham was impressive, but as you can see, Tulihiola does not want for natural wonders.
The ground is swampy, so watch your step. You wouldn't want to fall into a bog.
I won't. Told you I've been here before. Come on. Okanu isn't much farther.
Alright. So we got Kazuma Uka unlocked. So, this is where we have to part ways for the day. But, let's go see if we can find somebody to rate. And then we will go from there. Let's see who's live right now. Alright, so... Where's Twitch? There it is. I'm gonna mute the tab right now, because... Let's see. You know what? It's gonna be rare that I do this. But I'm gonna send you all over to Pirate Software. They are doing some Final Fantasy 14 right now. So make sure to give them a good how do you do. And let's see if we can raid them. Yep, we can. But make sure you give them a good how do you do. And then we will be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow with some more of this around 9 a.m. Eastern EDT. So, we'll catch you all later. And for those on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you like what we're doing here. We'll really appreciate it and really help the channel get out there. So, y'all take it easy. Peace out.